Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast, presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Thursday, November 23rd. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope everyone had a great day if they are listening to this late. If you're listening to it on the day of, great, just in time. We got a lot of picks here to talk about Thursday. Obviously, the weekend picks here, college football, NFL. We got football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we are here. We are doing our due diligence while you absolute buffoons are out there getting drunk on a Wednesday night, doing the old small, visit back home. You go out, get a little schwasty. We're going to be out here grinding because we care about the people. So we've got Emma back. We've got Sean, as we always do. We've got Max here. So without further ado, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Everyone having a good Wednesday night so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm actually going to get a little schwazy downtown Richmond later, so I am one of the degenerates.
There we go.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Get them both in. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Carlins. I appreciate the invite here. I feel like redheaded stepson being able to join in the festivities, but wouldn't want to, pod with any other family. So love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and let's pick a few more correct bets here.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Love a good short week, so ready to rock and roll.
All right. Well, we will waste no time here. We'll start with college football. We've got week 13 now. We are pretty much at the end of it. I think we've got this last weekend on Saturday, and then I think next week is like the Army Navy game and kind of a couple games. So this is essentially really the last week of the season. Do want to shout out my Dukes real quick. Emma and I's Dukes. Tough loss. I know we talked about game day and all that good stuff on last week's pod. Game day was incredible. I was there. I won't eat too much time up, but it was so cool to be a part of that 26K. Did not realize how big it was, but it was almost too good to be true, right? Like, you have an incredible game day. You have this incredible atmosphere. Someone's got to play spoiler. Wasn't the weather, so it had to be App State. Tough loss, but, Dukes are still 10-1, sitting atop of the Sun Belt East division. So can't complain really at a 10-1 season so far. Should hopefully wrap it up this week at 11-1, but overall good. Wanted to give them a quick little shout out before we get into this dandy of a weekend slate.
The game day curse will be broken one day.
Yeah, JMU and game day wins do not correlate well so far. I think we're 1-2. I think we beat Villanova in 17. No, we didn't beat Villanova in 17. So we're 0-3. So you have
glad you guys had fun. Looked like a rowdy time. I'm sure I'll speak on behalf of Max here too for us non-Dukes. Always love when they go there because you guys just show the fuck out, and good to see JMU kind of get on the national stage there.
Definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if we're talking about really the big dogs, right? We're talking about the little Dukes, the little guys right now. Let's talk about the big dogs. We've got the game of the year. I would think everyone probably agrees here with number 2 versus number 3. I don't even know which one's 2 and which one's 3. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I think it's actually Ohio State 2, Michigan 3.
Okay, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3. Yeah, Michigan is favored by 3.5 points, over under 46. I know we're going to get into our picks, but I really am excited about this game. You've got obviously like Mississippi State and Ole Miss and the Egg Bowl. You've got all this. It's really just rivalry weekend, right? So a lot of good games, a lot of good lines, and maybe some things to take advantage of because we all know how you play when you're playing your rivals. So, overall, a lot of good games. I mean, I had 10 written down. So,
does anyone else? We'll start with. Does anyone have actually a play on the game?
Yeah, I mean,
I know, Sam. You because I was just going to mention. I'm. It's not going to be one of my plays, so I'll just mention my 2 cents on it first.
Yeah.
I think it's just a battle of what QB doesn't lose it. I don't think either of the QBs win it in McCord and McCarthy, but I do think one of the QBs will likely lose this game for their team. So I'll be interested to see how it goes.
Yep.
It will be in the big house. So
Yeah, that's what kind of scares me. I don't I honestly since I have first pick, I'm not really worried about saying it, but I'm like in my like 3A, 3B section right now. I'm looking at Michigan, Ohio State under 46. I think I will definitely be playing that. I like Michigan, but I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if either of you guys have. I mean, if someone's got to play, I'm happy to let that one be the number one pick because, man, it's a big game.
I'll be going Ohio State just because
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna do spread or money line, but it's gonna be a Saturday decision. But I've got a futures bet on them, so which I did never do, but I have them.
Interesting. I almost wonder if you want to bet on Michigan then, because your ticket will only be more useful if Ohio State wins. But that's more,
I just want to
it's
root
more
for
financial advice than a pick.
Yeah. I like that. I can't argue that. I think it's hard when you're at home though. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's gonna be hard to stop. I think what's has me at like a hesitancy with Michigan right now is just all I'm thinking about is Marvin Harrison just having a fourth quarter drive where he has like 9 catches for like 80 yards and a touchdown, and Ohio State scores with like no time left. Like just some bullshit. Harrison. That's like that's just my nightmare right now if I'm a Michigan fan.
Yeah. Definitely.
Awesome.
Close.
Well, shit. We're looking at last week's picks. Not our greatest slate of college. As a squad, I went 3-0. So you boys rolling right now on college. I am 22-11 right now on the college football slate. You guys are all kicking my ass on the NFL slate, so have to make up for it somewhere. So got those 3 winners. Sean went 2-1 last week with, I think you scraped. I think it was 72 was the over or the total points in that LSU game. So you were right there.
Yeah, I believe it was 70, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Either way, it came up just short, and Georgia State put up a 0 burger in the second half. So even a field goal would have won that bet for me. But it's part of the package.
Hey, I did take I took your advice. So maybe I owe you a little bit, but you said team total right around that 51, 54 range. I think I got it around game time at 51.5.
Yep.
Cleared there. So that was a nice little look there. So appreciate
that's kind of a key. I think anything like over kind of 50.5 would have been a good play. If you got a number above that, it'd be a little more sketch, but glad to hear it.
Yep. And then Max is our NFL aficionado right now, but college football last week, not so much. I will say though, I'm pretty sure 2 of those were pretty tough beats. And then the Missouri one was just they ended up pulling it out, but Florida kind of crept back in that game.
Yeah. I mean that excuse me. That Washington Oregon State one was just, there was nothing. It was raining. It was just not that great of a game. I calling that on Thursday, wouldn't have known. But I think it hit at like 42. I think it was the final. I think it was 20-22.
One of the things with that, Max, is at least from the very beginning, you just like, all right, this bet lost. Like, I don't need to worry about this.
Yeah. It was a good ass game though. I did keep watching.
Honestly, that's like how I felt watching with that over under. I felt the same way when I had the Eagles Chiefs over. Like I like kickoff happens. I look at the rain. I'm like, this weather looks fucking miserable. I should what are you gonna do? Like that's tough. But you know what? That means that we got an opportunity to get back where the getting back is good. So I'll start us off. We'll go Emma, since Emma's been ditching us for a lot of these, it's been like 9 weeks since she's been back.
She's sitting at like 60% because she's
Yeah,
done
she's
like 3 weeks.
she's sitting at 60%, so she's going last. I know it's ladies first, but
No,
you
please.
gotta show up, right? Every once in a while. Emma's been skipping class, so
It's only fair.
yeah, but that's okay. She'll get 2 on the snake. Your boy is leading at that, and then we'll go Sean, Max, Emma. So I'll just start us off. To Sean's point, with the LSU Georgia State over, I'm going to do pretty much the same exact thing, except I'm going to assume that the other team will score more than 14 points. I don't know if LSU is going to score 56, but A&M LSU over 66. LSU's got the best over percentage of I think every single of all college football right now. If not the number 2, I think they were 9-1 last week, so I think 10-1 or 9-2. So one of the best over teams. Jaden Daniels on a mission right now, so he's just putting up hella points, and I think A&M is good enough to at least put up 21. So 42-24 puts you right at 66. I think it's going to be over that. So give me A&M LSU over 66.
There, you just took one right from me there. So I would have played that if you didn't get it. Very nice. Very nice. All right. I will go to the team that finished up their magical little run in the Big Ten West. Give me Iowa, who is 2.5-point dogs on the road against a very mid Nebraska team here. Don't really get this. Iowa just wins ugly. They're the Steelers, but actually a lot better. I think they win this game with ease.
Yeah,
love that. Definitely playing that. If that's still a plus money line by the time that game is kicking off, there's no doubt that I will be hammering that in.
Yeah, no, I definitely peeped that. I also peeped probably one of the lowest over-unders in the history I have ever seen, NFL or college, at 26.5 for that same game. And you know what? We said it last week. No matter what, I'm going to take that under. Give me under 26.5. I can't not try to fucking witness history. I mean, this is unreal. That's like it's crazy.
My 3A. That was my 3A when I was saying 3A and 3B. So I that pick. It's hard not to. I've been going with the unders, so it's like, how can you not? And it proven till proven otherwise, I guess.
Yeah, fuck it.
So like that, Emma.
So I was actually gonna go over for Iowa, Nebraska, because it is such a low number, and I don't know much about college football, so we're just gonna put that down.
Yeah.
Got a showdown.
Yeah, go against you.
First one. I like it. All right. Well, now you got pick number 2 now.
Oh, okay.
Go back to back.
Well, I'll just stand with what I said, I guess, with Ohio State. I'll go, 3.5 Ohio State.
Yeah.
3.5.
I said it.
Number 2, they can easily fucking lose by a field goal, and that covers.
I was gonna say 3 and that hook, like 3.
If you like Ohio State, that hook looks so nice.
Yep, 100%. I totally agree. I like it.
All right. Got that done. You know what I'm gonna do? Just because I'm pretty sure Washington was probably about the same in spread against them last week. The Beavers against Oregon, rivalry week. It is in Eugene, but it is plus 14.
14. Dude. Too many damn points. Hell yeah, Max.
Dude, DJ looked very solid. That defense held Penix to 22 points. Like, they are a solid ass team, and come rivalry week, we don't see many blowouts like this, especially with 2 solid like with fucking 6 years ago, or maybe even a little more, when the Bees were shit. Obviously, that's a 14. You would take that, but right now they're rolling. So give me that all day.
Max couldn't agree more. I've already deployed funds on that play there. I bet, you know what? This is a nice getting this out early, because I bet that line could be 13, 12 and a half by game time.
Yep.
Seriously.
All my good ones are just coming off the board here. All right, I will go in the theme of teams that just need to close out their last game before getting to their conference championship. Give me Louisville in their little cross-state rivalry against Kentucky. I saw more of Kentucky versus South Carolina last week than I'd care to admit. That looks like a team that's kind of quit there, and they don't really have anything to play for. Louisville has everything to play for. They're at home. The hook's on the other side, but I think they win this probably by at least a few scores. So I'll take Louisville minus 7.5. I also took them and won last week. So, it's good juice there.
They did. I was going to say that was a great play last week because they were +1 against Miami.
Yeah.
They had that game pretty much in hand most of the time. Felt like at least.
Yeah. Just a couple like doy plays to keep Miami in it.
Yeah. No, I love that. All right. Well, we're going to go with A&M LSU on the over, and for number 2, going to go with the Egg Bowl. Give me Ole Miss covering that 10 on Mississippi State. Mississippi State has covered 20% of their games so far this year. Absolutely abysmal. I think Ole Miss was in that 50 to 60 range. I think Ole Miss still has some stuff to play for, and this is just one of those games. It's at home. It's little Thanksgiving hangover. I think Ole Miss does enough to go up 10 quick, and then I think it's a slow kind of roller after that. It'll be kind of close at the end, but I think it'll be between 10 and 13. So if you're going to give me that 10, I think they'll be just fine. So I'll take Ole Miss minus 10. And then if we're going to just follow back up, let's just do it because I'm here. The other one I'm going with, mentioned it earlier. Max took my 3A in round 1, so I'll go with 3B here. Michigan, Ohio State under 46. I think it's going to be a fun, entertaining game. Maybe if you're not as much of a football fan, might not be the most entertaining game. But I think for those who have been watching college football all season, you have been waiting for this game since probably probably before the season started, knowing that this game had potential college football playoff. If you're a football head, you know that this game has been circled on the calendar for those guys. You got Harbaugh. I don't even think Harbaugh's coaching. I don't think it matters.
We'll be back till playoffs.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So so I think he's going to miss the Big Ten championship. I think he's going to be there in spirit. I think everyone's going to throw some extra on it. I think both defenses are really solid. Ohio State held Penn State to a low score. I think it's like a 24-21. So just sneaking right under that 46. But unfortunately, that would mean Michigan 24-21 is what I predict. So would be right under the over-under and also right on that hook. But we'll see. But Michigan, Ohio State, keep it simple. 2 best teams, some of the best defenses. Keep it moving.
A real don't overthink it type of play there.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I don't think this is kind of our last college football with a large board for championships, things like that. I don't know if I've played a Big 12 shootout yet, and it would be I'd be remiss if I didn't get the chance to do that. So give me the over in West Virginia Baylor at 54.5. West Virginia, as Max can tell, can light up the scoreboard. Really good at offense. Probably leaves a little bit to be desired on defense. Baylor's not good, but at home in their last game, I would expect them to put up a little bit of a fight of a few touchdowns, and I don't need them to do a whole lot at that number because West Virginia probably gets the 34-40 on their own.
Yep, I absolutely love it. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, and I'll just kind of piggyback right on there. They're minus 9.5 as well. And besides Oklahoma, which we still put up some points, but I mean, our last couple wins, we got Cincy, we put up 42, BYU 37, UCF 41. And that was after the back-to-back bullshit losses. Well, Houston was bullshit, but back-to-back losses, and our offense has really clicked. So I absolutely agree with that over. I think we'll beat the fucking brakes off of Baylor. It's kind of like I think Cincy was like -8.5. I was like, yeah, like we'll fucking get that easily. BYU is also like -10.5. So give me that all day. We're gonna beat the fucking brakes off them. They're not good, but we got some Swiss cheese in our defense as well. So you're right. It'll be high scoring.
I love that. That was my first on deck for the honorable mention. So figured Max would have that play though.
Yep. Got to.
I'm gonna say Wake at +3 because I feel like I'll need something to watch at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
So that's all I can give.
I got +3 right now. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
why not?
Syracuse, not great. No more Tommy DeVito there. No more Sean Tucker, who's now I think on the Bucks. So
No more Dino Favors, the coach.
no more Sam Hartman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I love it. Any honorable mentions you guys have?
I think Kansas -6 is a good play.
Are they
They
playing?
almost beat, Kansas State last week, and now they go up against pretty bad Cincy team.
Oh yeah. Cincy, they got that.
John, how do we feel about Pitt Duke over 42?
Well, sure. I honestly don't feel good about it. That game screams 21-14.
Fair, good to know. I've got Missouri -7.5 against Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I got 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
Well, how recent was yours?
It might have been a couple hours ago, so probably.
I was like 2. Whatever. Yeah, I wrote them down as well.
Yeah.
Can't let me down back-to-back weeks.
No. Kentucky Louisville under 50.5. I like that one.
That's a good one.
Just feel like everyone in Kentucky is going to just be full and hungover.
I feel like Washington and Penix it's -16.5, and I think it's that high for a reason. I think they got to make kind of this final push, just be like, we fucking need to be in the playoffs. We're that team, and I think they might just go back to their old ways, put up like fucking 60 points to like 20 or something.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. I mean, it's kind of like the take care of business at this point, right? It's
Yeah.
like we just got
Like people are saying it's us or FSU, but FSU now that doesn't have Jordan Travis.
That's huge.
That is huge because then they'll probably just get fucking whacked.
Even if they go undefeated, they still won't get it. Like if they're undefeated and Washington's undefeated, they're going to take Washington.
Yeah,
no matter what.
And rightfully so. Washington will have the better resume.
Yeah. It's just a
that's it.
bummer that. I mean, and I agree because, like, God forbid we get Florida State and like Georgia, and it's like it's like that fucking what was that Michigan State Alabama playoff game like 5 years ago where Bama won like 42-0. Like we were like in the basement drinking, not even playing, fucking watching football at that point. So like not even worth it.
Exactly.
So. All right. Any other honorable mentions you guys have before we move on to the Thanksgiving Turkey Day games?
That was it.
Awesome. Love it. We're gonna continue that trend. We're gonna keep rolling on the college football, but let's talk about the first game, and we'll just go in chronological order for Thursday, just based on probably when you guys are listening. I'm gonna introduce the game and I'm gonna let you guys talk first. Otherwise, I'm gonna just hijack the entire segment.
Yeah, I only see a 4:30 and an 8 o'clock game. I don't see.
Yeah, as far as I know, everything's done after 4:30. Thanksgiving's over after 4:30. But we'll see. Our Packers playing at Detroit. Detroit's got 7.5, -7.5, over under 47. What would a non-biased opinion have on this game? Because we know mine.
I think that's all Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Packers 7.5. I think this is kind of an isolated game here in another week in just a random time slot with all the other games going on. I think I like the Lions here, but I don't know. I think just it's early. It'll be weird. It'll be funky. There'll be like funny plays and pick sixes and things like that. And I just see it ending, with the Lions kind of like last week, just needing to gut out the division win there. And I do think they will win. But in terms of, this being a betting podcast, I do feel pretty strongly about Packers 7.5. And I think, good for last week. And even going back the last 2 weeks, even like that Steelers game. I think if you're a Packers fan, and of course, we'll kick it over to you next there, you got to feel pretty good that you're starting to see a little bit of the young guys step up there, a little, maybe more, wish for more cohesion with Watson and Love, but, Reed, Wicks, like Dylan's run the ball a little bit well. I don't know. They're, I think they can play well enough that they can stay within kind of around a touchdown in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say real quick as a semi-bias, because I got the recency bias as well from last week. Bears were sitting at the same line. I do think they're a slightly worse team than y'all still, no matter what you guys and mom say. And what I hear you guys say. But I think Jared Goff might be kind of in a little stump right now. Fucking Christ, that offense had 4 turnovers last week against the Bears defense that really hasn't shown anything all year. So I like that as well. I think a 7.5, division game. Lions kind of slowing down right now. They're still 8-2, but still maybe they're getting a little too high on their horses and think they're better than what they really are in NFL games. Anything can happen, seriously. So it'll be close.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, and you guys think it won't, but I
think those are fair assessments.
I was like 7.5. They're giving me 7.5 for a reason, and Vegas always knows.
Yeah, I know that's a lot of points though. So it's like when they give a lot of points, it's like, all right, well, what are they? I don't know. They kind of squeaked by on the Chargers one. The Lions also squeaked by. I think that it might be low scoring enough to where there's a chance. I think everyone's waking up on Thursday. Everyone's kind of got to get adjusted to playing on a Thursday. Short week, obviously, but at the same time, also it's earlier in the day. So don't know how I feel about it. I think Detroit is rolling. They're 8-2, I think, or 9-2.
8-2.
8-2. I think they're due for an L. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be us, but Aaron Jones is banged up. AJ Dillon's banged up. So we could look at a potential game where Emmanuel Wilson is the leading back, and I just don't see a world where that ends up happening. So I'd say if we get Jones back, I like the 7.5. We don't have Jones or Dillon. I don't like it. If we have both back, I think I will. I don't like to bet on my team, but when you get 7.5 points, you're just betting on them to lose by less than 7. So little different story there, but I don't know. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I don't think Packers defense, they're like sneaky solid and they don't play big over games. The only over game they played was that fucking Pittsburgh one. And I feel like that was like an anomaly for both teams. I don't think neither team has scored over 20 points since or before that. So I don't know. I'm hesitant, but come tomorrow morning, I'll have some parlays. I'll have some 7.5. I know we're doing a touchdown parlay later, so I don't want to spoil too much. But if we're looking at Packers potentially that could be scoring, I love Jaden Reed at 255. So we'll see if he makes the Thanksgiving parlay, but I think it's worth a little sprinkly dinkly. The dude gets like 40 rushes or 40 yards in rushing, like 60 in receiving. Like he's solid. Like he's been kind of doing both things. So we'll see. Defense is the key, obviously.
Is he the next Ty Montgomery?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, Ty Montgomery or like, Alvin Kamara. It's kind of one or the other, I guess.
I'd go more Debo, but yeah,
Or Debo, that's probably a better one. Yeah, more Debo. That's fine. He's not as big and
he's
as
not.
Debo is.
He's a skinny little man.
Yeah, but he's quick, so who knows? You never know. Dobbs has scored two. He scored two of his. He scored the last two.
Watson had one last week finally.
Yeah,
So he could get
Watson
his
had one.
groove back.
And then just see who the running back is. If Jones, it doesn't look like Jones is playing, to be honest. So we'll see. If we just have AJ Dillon, we're gonna be fucked. We have no run game then. He rushes like 3 yards a carry. And yeah.
3 yards every down, bro. That's a first down.
Yeah, we don't we throw it on fourth down. We throw out routes to Luke Musgrave, and then he tears whatever he has left.
Yeah, it's always on IR.
That's Cosby football, baby. Just keep fucking running it. If we get 3 yards, a carry. I mean, we're fucking rolling. That's first down.
I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. So we'll see. We'll see. Other touchdowns like St. Brown plus 100, Laporta plus 145, all good options. But yeah, I'm leaning under 47 and leaning with Green Bay. Even though I don't want to, it's just I don't know the injury setup.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get back to those tutties. I mean,
Yep. All right. Any other Green Bay, Detroit? Or shall we move on to game 2? All right. Game 2 is Washington at Dallas. And I did this probably an hour and a half ago, so it might have changed, but I had Dallas 12, minus 12, over under 49.
I see minus 13.5 now.
Yeah, 13.5.
Wow.
I guess a lot of money came in on that 12 number.
Yeah.
All right. Over under still 49.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything that you guys have from that game? I definitely had Dallas covering 12. Now I'm a little hesitant.
I got 13.5 commies easily, baby. I want to stay on that train. I don't care.
The commies train.
On that covering train. Like the yams on Thanksgiving, I'm gonna stay away from this game.
Fair. That's fair. That's honestly, I feel like this will be like a game. We'll see how it is completely dependent on how the Packers do. If the Packers lose, I probably will not touch this game at all. If the Packers win, I might expand some funds elsewhere. But I kind of like the over 49. Like I think if I'm
Cowboys are a good over team.
Yeah, and like I feel like if I'm playing either, I feel like I'm playing over. Just with Dallas and the way that they've been rolling. Washington doesn't have Forbes. Not that that's the whole reason why CeeDee Lamb's going to go off. He's going to go off because he's good. But I don't know. I think I like that. Like I like a 31-20 kind of game, probably something like that. So keep it close, but still go over. All right.
Yeah.
San Fran at Seattle. San Fran minus 7, over under 44. Anything you guys have there?
Seattle games are always weird. And because of that, I kind of like just points happening in this. I know the 49ers defense is good. I think Seattle just playing on Thanksgiving, getting the night game, getting the crowd involved. Gino, throwing some dimes and also throwing some picks. I kind of like over 44 in that game if I had to get an angle there.
No, I like that a lot. Yeah, that'll be good. And probably minus 7 as well.
Probably.
I was gonna say I'm hoping that comes down to like 6.5 by the time that game comes around, but I think that's wishful thinking. It probably goes minus 7.5, minus 8, and we just watch ourselves lose that in front of us.
Yeah, easily.
Well, and no Kenneth Walker.
Oh, I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, so no Kenneth Walker. Geno Smith's declining. I like San Fran covering over under. I just don't know. I kind of like the under, but you never know.
Yeah, I'd probably just look at props for that game.
Yeah.
Probably nothing
Ooh,
else.
that actually reminds me because I did write down one prop. Only prop I have for Thursday that isn't a touchdown. Brock Purdy over 251.5 passing yards. I think he throws for like 260, 270. It'll be close for a little bit, but if the game's close enough, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only other prop I had from that game. What about you guys?
I mean, I'd probably look at Deebo Samuel receiving yards, or we have our touchdowns, but I put Dak Prescott touchdown.
Okay.
That's not the game we're on. I looked at the wrong note.
That's okay.
Do that.
I'll have a touchdown play, but I'll save that for when we do the parlay.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you guys have anything else for San Fran, Seattle, let's do the Thanksgiving Thursday parlay.
Let's rock and
All
roll.
right. Sean
Sure.
starts off.
All right. You did just mention about Kenneth Murray being out, so that's certainly not ideal. But someone's got to play running back, and I did mention I like the over in this game, so that means I do like Seattle scoring a couple touchdowns. And second round pick out of UCLA. I think some people thought that was interesting, being that Walker looked great in his rookie season, but we know in the NFL, running backs, you get banged up. You want to have a couple guys in the room there. So give me Zach, not Charbonnet, but Zach Charbonnet. Did I say that correctly?
I think so. Yeah.
Someone who's French will have to check me on that. But give me a Zach Charbonnet anytime touchdown.
I love that. Do you know where Zach Charbonnet went to before he went to LSU or UCLA?
Ooh, no, a double from.
Yeah, it's a double from.
But
It's a from by way of.
some of the best froms.
Yes. Max?
Sean pulled that out last year with Khalil Herbert.
By way of Kansas, right?
No, I don't.
Virginia Tech, by the way.
Buffalo to Tech. Yeah.
Oh, Buffalo to Tech. I was thinking.
No. Kansas to Tech.
Oh, that's gonna.
What? I thought it was
Yeah.
Buffalo. Damn.
I love it. Charbonnet, from UCLA by way of Michigan.
You know, I feel like but
it was a pretty good like senior year, and then he was like, I forget, he was fighting with Corum, I think, on carries.
And Edwards, I'm guessing.
Yep. And then so I think when he got his graduate,
yeah, it's like,
all right, let me get out. Yeah,
like all three.
Love that though.
Will be the
I love Charbonnet. Fantasy purposes, I've had Charbonnet just on my bench chilling. This is the week that he gets me into the playoffs, so I love that pick.
Yeah.
Max, TD parlay for Thanksgiving. Where you going?
I'll say the one that I'm not going to take just for parlay's sake. Kittle, I do like Kittle to score. That's plus 150. But I'm going to stick with kind of a little rocky chalky, and it's going to be Lamb at minus 155.
Yeah,
he's been rolling recently.
Yep. No, I like that. All right, Em, you want to give us number 3 on the parlay?
I'll stick with Prescott for winning.
For Dak?
Mm-hmm.
I do like that.
Yeah.
What are those odds?
Yeah.
290.
Plus, 280 now. 280 now. They already know
They're
I'm
onto us.
onto it. Yeah, they're pulling it down.
They heard.
Awesome. Well, so where we stand with Charbonnet, Lamb, and Dak at plus 280, we are currently at a plus 1160. So what I will do to get on with my Thanksgiving TD parlay, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to pick the guy who we know is going to score.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about Thanksgiving, we talk about turkey legs, and we talk about guys who get to eat turkey legs after they play good games. And we're talking about the dude who's got the best legs in probably all of football. We're talking about Christian McCaffrey. It's going to put us from 1160 down up to 1512. If you guys were wondering. So that gives us a nice little parlay. Yeah, it is the juiciest touchdown of all.
We needed a chalk in there.
We did need a chalk in
Need a
there.
layup.
Yeah, isn't that minus 210 or some shit?
Yeah, I think it was 220 was when I got it. So
Fuck it, it's a parlay.
we're trying to win. We're trying to win these parlays. So for the people we love.
Why'd you pick Eckler?
Huh?
Oh,
Oh.
hey Max, you've been the one that's
yeah,
and I've
yeah.
been hitting the green.
I
Yeah.
know. My David Montgomery one hurt super hard too. Because
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
Eckler wasn't
yeah,
going to
good.
score, and then that lost us the game. So it was just
Yeah.
like a dagger.
Yeah, that was pretty funny to watch. You're like, oh, we need the touchdown. Oh, wait, fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck. So, yep, I love that Thanksgiving parlay. For those who need to catch back up, it's Charbonnet, Lamb, Dak, and CMC. So we're not even touching the Packers Lions games because we know the Packers are just going to be all over that ass. So hyped about that. Excited for Thanksgiving football. You know what I would recommend? DraftKings. I'll do it right here. I don't know if they still have it. They had a 3+ leg parlay. Yep, 33% profit boost on a 3-leg anytime TD parlay. For some reason the boost isn't kicking into that 15-12 right now that I have up. Yeah, it's not giving me that. But either way, 15-12 with that 33%, we're looking pretty good there. So probably in the around the plus 2,000 range. So if you want a little extra juice, why not? But let's get to what we know best. Let's get to our 5 picks, our 6 picks, I guess, if you count the touchdown parlay that we're also going to add. So if you're listening, you not only get a Thanksgiving touchdown parlay and our Thanksgiving picks, you also get Friday, Saturday, Sunday picks, and we're going to give you another Sunday parlay. So let's get into the good stuff. Looking at the way that we've been picking, I think I'm looking at our last weeks for the NFL. Your boy went 4-1, probably the best NFL week I've had of the entire season. We've got Sean at a 2-1-2, Max with a 1-4 because water has to find its level, and Max has been so goddamn hot that he had to slow down a little bit last week, but that doesn't mean he won't bounce back. So I don't know about y'all, I think after giving Emma the last place slot for the college football, maybe we let her have the NFL number 1 spot and balance out. So all right. And Emma. So been a while, I know. But you don't have to pick favorite first. You can pick any of your picks first. So as long as everything's done by the 6 picks, you can pick. It doesn't have to be your favorite first. So if your favorite pick is your
okay.
Yeah. So we did shuffle that. As long as you have everything's covered, then that's all that matters.
Lovely. I like that. This will be my first NFL week betting, not just joining the pod, but betting in general in a while. Took some losses, took some time, collected my thoughts. So we're back and we're ready.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna start with my dog. I'm going Texans plus 1.5. I really like CJ Stroud. I think he's on one right now, and I don't trust Jacksonville. I don't think they're consistent in anything they've been doing lately. So I like that 1.5. I think that's easy.
Easily, yeah.
That's gonna be an awesome game.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. That one was almost like stay away because I don't know what's the hell.
Yeah, good for you, Emma. That's gonna be I was too scared to touch that game.
Sticking with it.
I like it. All right, let's go Emma, then let's go Max, Sean, then I will round us out.
What? I've had the worst picks though. But
I know, but you're number 1.
We're going
You've been leading the whole time. We're not gonna put you at the bottom just because you had one bad week, Max. You are our leader right now. in the clubhouse.
Leader in
So
the clubhouse.
yeah.
Fair enough. I'll just knock it off with the favorite. Eagles minus 3.5 against the Bills. Yeah, sure. The Bills fucking beat the shit out of the Jets. But Chiefs are better than the Bills, and Eagles are tied for first with the Ravens. I need to see more of the Ravens, but Eagles are looking like probably the best team in the league. It which I guess they beat the Jets were their only loss too, so that kind of contradicts what I'm saying. But Bills still just have some shit to figure out. Yeah, Brady and his offense looked much better against a pretty solid Jets defense. Allen looked decent, but it's still the Eagles, and I think they can win by a touchdown, if not maybe a little more. 3.5 will be a little scary, but I mean it's the Eagles. I think they can do it.
They're just a solid football team right there. And the
Well, and
Bills,
you get a big win against Kansas City, regardless of whatever MVS drops or whatever anyone thinks. You get a win against Kansas City at Kansas City, and then you get to come home in front of your crowd in another big game against Buffalo. You know that Philly crowd is going to be going absolutely berserk. So
I mean, especially after they see all those videos of Sirianni just fucking going nuts
Yeah.
after the game, dude. That like gave me chills, and I've kind of not a big fan of Eagles fans. And just kind of I like their team. Like I like all those players, but just like that whole Eagles concept, not a fan. But it gave me chills. And I was like, dude, that's just like a fun, great head coach right there.
can't disagree there. I love that pick. It's a great pick. Now I got to cross that off. I got to cross some stuff. Shawnee boy.
all right. I don't know why. I just love the Arizona Cardinals this week. They're minus 1.5 at home against the LA Rams. I just love how each teams are coming into this game. Rams get a big emotional win last week there. I don't think they're a good football team. I think Stafford's still probably hurt. Cardinals kind of fell back to earth a little bit last week. I think I'm just going to really enjoy playing the Kyler Murray Cardinals after they kind of have a dinker, because I do think they're a talented team. They have some good players. I like when they get like Trey McBride involved and Kyler Murray. I just think it's the NFL. There's a lot of parity here. And I just like kind of Cardinals getting back off the mat and the Rams kind of, having a little bit of a just, a stinker themselves. So give me Cardinals minus 1.5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I do. I'm torn. The Rams have been in this weird like +2 to like -1.5 range for like 3 weeks, and I have no idea how to look at those games because every single one is close.
Seriously,
finishes within
they're
one.
such a weird team.
Yeah, I hear that. Let's see. All right, what I will do, and I'm just plugging Sean's in there. Oh, yeah, favorite. I'm gonna go with an over. I think I'm a little hesitant, but at this point, I'm looking at the overs, and I just want to get my over in now because it's the only over I genuinely like. It has to do with Mr. Justin Fields and Mr. Joshua Dobbs, the Pastronaut. Chicago, Minnesota over 43. A lot of ugly lines on the over-unders. So want to knock that out. I think that's the one that kind of peeks out at me at the most. I think it's after the Bears had that loss against the Lions. I think they're kind of on the bounce back. I think Justin Fields wants to continue to play well, continue to score some points. I think Minnesota, solid team. I think Josh Dobbs is just getting started. Jefferson might be back this week, so I'm kind of banking on that a little bit to see if that happens. If it doesn't, I still think 43 is too low. I can't remember the last time that a Bears game went under 43. I think there was the Tyson Bagent Minnesota game earlier in the year, but that's because Bagent came in the second half and it was like 17-16. So
The Raiders one might have been as well.
that might have been. But we got Justin Fields, not Tyson Bagent. So
Yeah.
that's the big kicker there. I like Dobbs there. And to circle back with my second pick, and then I'm gonna run to the Tinkle room. Because your boy has a prostate the size of a fucking baseball. Let's go with Tampa plus 2.5 against Indianapolis. Tampa stays being dogs in this close. Same thing as the Rams, but I feel like the Rams have been more times favorite than not, and I feel like Tampa's been more dogs than not. And that 2.5, they've hit. They lost to Houston by 2 on a 2-point conversion. So I was like, all right, whatever. And so I think Tampa's able to get done with Indianapolis. I think out of the dogs, I love the Bears at plus 3.5. Obviously, I just went with the over, trying to diversify the portfolio for the week. Turns out that's my best way of winning my weekly picks. So we'll see there. But yeah, give me Tampa 2.5. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's gonna be an ugly game against Indy, but you never know. So
I like it.
Very nice. I'll just go ahead and follow up a over here and stay in the same game. Indianapolis, Tampa Bay. I like I think I like Steichen or whatever. I think that's his name, the Colts coach. He seems to, be able to get the best out of them and they're scoring some points even with the Minshew led team there. And I do think, kind of Sam said Tampa Bay kind of breaks out here, maybe get like the one good Baker Mayfield game in there. So they only need to get to 44. So I will go ahead and do Indy Tampa Bay over 44.
Nice. That's a solid. Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be feeding Moss and Taylor the game, and I mean Tampa's offense has looked pretty solid most of the games.
They can score. Indianapolis they're over 500 in terms of their bets against the over under, which I don't think a lot of people would have thought because they usually are pretty low. So
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'll step away from the over and go to a land down under. I'm gonna go Pitt and the Bengals.
And see,
5.5 under. Joey B and he's not there. Then you got Pickett. But Canada is gone. It's the first game without Canada, and it will be interesting to see. We saw what the Bills did last week. You never know, but then again, it's Cincy without their stud, right? I mean, I can only assume, bro. I forgot what his injury was, but
nope. Of course, AFC North, especially when the Steelers are involved, take the under there. Certainly rejoice from the Canada news, but I wonder if now that, masking a lot of Kenny's struggles this year, now that all the focus is on him. And yeah, I mean, hopefully now they can just let him rip it here, but it's been bad. It's been a real regression this year. I'm not in panic mode, but I'm not even at the where it's he's not Mr. Right, but he's Mr. Right now. I don't even know if he's Mr. Right now. So it's not good. I needed at least an average performance in this game or the panic button will be out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
definitely.
Let's see. All right,
You're
up. Yep.
I'm gonna go with Broncos minus 1.5 for my favorite. They're playing in Denver. They've been putting up some pretty big upsets at home lately. And don't know what's going on over at the Browns, but I know they're kind of internally struggling with who they're starting, what's going on. So I'd say Broncos probably have the upper hand.
Yeah, they're slowly coming together too, which is kind of crazy. You would have never thought they I believe they were 1-5 and now they're 5-5.
Yep.
Browns just brought over Wacko Flacco too.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get any rep? It'll be interesting. And DTR hasn't looked good for them either, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
They were so vanilla and like check downs and things like that. And, it can work for them because they can hold. I mean, that this week's not like 6 weeks ago. Denver offense can move. So I don't think they can expect to only give up 10 points and win like they did last week. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, do I go again?
Yep, you go back.
Goodness.
The snake draft.
Wasn't prepared for this. Okay, I'm gonna do my under. Tampa, Indy under 44.
Ooh, another showdown.
Another Emma battle.
It's coming at everyone. Sean had to.
I mean, I think it's just gonna be a good game. I don't see anyone running up the score, so
I mean, no,
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's not terrible. If you just come in here and just go against us, like you might go fucking
I was gonna say.
It's actually a pretty genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it written down 4, but that's not a bad strategy.
Very last pick, you're like, okay, now I'm definitely.
Yeah. Next week, I'll use that.
Shit. I'll just go straight to it, and I don't think anyone else probably would have had it, but just because I want to talk right now, it's impossible to find a prop. And what I wanted, I could not get. So I'm just gonna go out and say I want Kyler Murray's over rushing yards, no matter what it's at. I mean, it could be like fucking 70, and I'll still take it. Just
Oh yeah.
have it
Like
down.
that.
I'll try to find it like tomorrow. I bet it'll be out, but recording on a Wednesday it changes the odds a little bit and shit, especially for like the props. Like touchdowns, there's still a lot out there, but those prop bets, I literally couldn't find anything I wanted that was out. So I'll update it. Maybe I'll say something. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Whatever the
I'll-
fuck it is.
I'll go nice. I'll go. I'll get my dog out. This is a lame dog because it's only +1. And I don't know. I hate both these teams, but give me the Saints +1 on the road to the Falcons. I think this is like, what are we doing? Saints game. Carr's back. Do you want this division? It's so bad. It's yours to take. You just got to be average. Go take care of your business against a pretty shitty Falcons team there. So. This is like, if they lose this, I won't play. I'll just be against and fading the Saints from here on out.
Shit,
That
bro.
was a weird one because I was looking at it and I was like, is Derek Carr back? Like, who's back? Who's starting quarterback for the Falcons? I think Ritter's back.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know.
It might not be
What's
confirmed
going
either starting quarterback until Sunday, but it sounds like Carr is playing.
I was like, all right, the best player on the field is Kamara. Like, he'll figure out something, right?
Yeah. No,
Well,
definitely. No, I like that. I mean, that was mine. So great pick. Great strategy. I fucked up my strategy. I should have just done that. But no, I like that a lot too. I was like, why? Like, why are they +1? I mean, the Falcons have shown nothing.
So is it me? Yep.
Okay. Si, senor.
All right. So for my under, I'm going with the game that I think we will all genuinely forget that even happened this weekend. Has no relevance to us personally, has no relevance to really anything, but it is a rematch of a Super Bowl that was very memorable from all of our time when the great New York Giants upset the New England Patriots, the 17-0 New England Patriots, the David Tyree catch, the Plaxico Burress touchdown throw in the back corner of the end zone. Just a beautiful
end zone
there. Fuck. I mean, what a great rivalry that was then. You know what it is now? It's just a shit fest. It is who wants to
shithole.
suck less, who wants the number 2 pick behind the Panthers. It's just a race to
Up
suck.
behind the Bears.
Or well, Bear, you know what I mean. Bears fight.
I just
Dang.
try to help out Max.
Well, you never know.
Come on, let's go.
Bears could be down there by the end of it. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, we got a couple more games. But you know, New England, New York Giants under 33.5. It is extremely low. I do not care. Both these teams are terrible. They don't even know who's starting quarterback for New England. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought fucking Cam Newton back in just for one game, for a 1-game rental. Like, this is just a dumpster fire for both teams. I do think the Giants have a little more to play for, but I mean, I think we're talking about DeVito, Bailey, Zappi. And if that's not under 33.5, then I don't know what is. So one of those, don't overthink it. Let's just pick the 2 ugliest teams and go under.
I think I can get you 34 right now, DraftKings.
Ooh, can you? Okay, sweet. I'll take that.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Patriots defense is still solid too. So I
Yeah.
don't see the Giants much at all.
Yep. And Dayball just plays ugly games. Like, I love the guy, but he's not he's not going to put up 35 on you, and neither is New England. So,
Yeah. Yep.
On the back circuit, let's see. I'm gonna go with the prop, because everyone's already taken their favorites, so I can save that for later. And I think you guys will like my favorite, so I'll get to that last. But I'm gonna go with the quarterback, who's solid, who is playing a very good defense, makes a lot of mistakes, and I'm just not gonna really think about it too much. Tua Tagovailoa, interception -110 last time I checked, unless that has gone to the -140 purgatory. I will be taking Tua at -110. I think he'll throw 3 touchdowns. He'll throw. Actually, I don't even think he'll throw 3 touchdowns. I think they're playing the New York Jets. I think it'll be like a 28-7 game.
Mm-hmm.
But Tua's gonna just mess up and throw a pick. You're playing Sauce Gardner. You're gonna try and get a little fancy, and you forget that you're playing against a very, very, very good defense who just doesn't have a quarterback. That quarterback will be, doing ayahuasca, trying to get those last couple of Achilles tendons running. But yeah, give me Tua, INT. To Max's point, it was hard to find some props. I do have some other props for later, but just honorable mentions. But I think if I'm thinking about it, I just think Tua. I don't like doing INT props, but I really like the Tua one. So
no, I keep checking Josh Allen's, but it's sitting at just -160. I'm like, not even worth it. I mean,
yeah.
Very solid. I like that a lot. I'm gonna move over. Oh shit! Never mind. Yep.
Yeah, it's all right. I like to, again, tip our cap to you leading, but I'm not gonna have you jump in front of me here. I guess it doesn't matter.
I was trying to get you back.
Give me under in Jack's Houston, 48.5. That's a high number. I do think there'll be some scoring here, but I think there'll also be a little bit of like that kind of boxing feeling each other out here, just because this game means a lot. So I think you see a little bit more conservative play calling. I think I got 48.5.
48. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. It just feels a little high for a game that now has a lot of stakes involved. And I could look foolish, but that's all right. I think, I think teams that have the lead will want to kind of run clock in this here.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's good for sure. I mean, Jacksonville, Tennessee last week was fucking just foolish, but Jacksonville again just doesn't really put up them points, and Houston kind of plays to their comp.
I think it'll be close, so that kind of takes some of the risk of like weird late backdoor kind of TDs out.
Right.
Do these two.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Now I I will be a little double dipping. I mean, Titans fucked me up last week, and I think the Panthers are just kind of trying to prove something. Um, Give me the over 36 and a half Panthers Titans. I just think maybe Bryce Young is like, you know what? Like, fuck this. I'm just gonna put up like 3 tutties, fucking 300 yards. And Will Levis will be like, you know what? You're right. Like, fuck everyone. And then they each just throw for 3 tutties, and then we're all super happy. A man can dream and a man thinks. So, I mean, I just 36 and a half is kind of low for kind of just a shit show of a team that actually can, for both teams, that can actually put up some points. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it's one of those games where it's like it instantly looks ugly, but then the second it starts, it's like 7-7 in the first quarter, and you're just like, well, that was fun.
Exactly.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Marquette.
Back to back.
Mhm. Okay. Got my over. I'm gonna say Chiefs Raiders over 42. Think
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be sorry, Wrigley. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be high scoring, lots of good players out on the field for that one. So yeah, over 42. My prop, I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Mhm.
Minus 105. I feel like
Who hurts?
yeah. Against the Bills, I just think
Yeah.
No, I like that.
pretty solid.
Bills to the air.
I was gonna say Max will probably be parlaying that in the same game with his Eagles money line, I'm sure.
With something
Yeah,
else.
or like a anytime or kind of touchdown from Hurts there.
Yeah.
What? I would never. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'll go straight to my dog. And oh wait, I said piggyback, but I was foreshadowing. Now I'm piggybacking, and I'm hitting the Panthers plus 3.5 against the Titans, dude.
Oh,
I don't want it. I mean, well, I guess I could take they lose by 3, but it's like one of those teams where you're just like, dude, they're like not that bad. And they're facing a also pretty bad team. So I think they can sneak it out. I forgot who their win was.
it was
But
against the Texans.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It was
against Bright.
Texans.
Yeah, against
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like I kind of just see like another rookie on rookie matchup. And that's why I picked the over. Like I think they're just kind of maybe they're just gonna shoot out a little bit. They're just gonna let those rookies.
I hope the game plays out like it is in your mind right now, because this would be a fun, just red zone game.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, come
exactly.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Just like broken plays, 70-yard touchdowns.
Yeah. Chuba Hubbard, a nice screen that goes for like 6.
Yeah, right. Just a real kind of college vibe to it.
Yeah, exactly. So I love it. Give me that all day.
I love it. Well, if you're gonna go like fun football watching, I'm gonna be the other side and be not fun football watching, or fun football watching if you're a sicko. Give me Cortland Sutton under 45.5 receiving yards. He's kind of been a beast in these last few weeks. As Denver's kind of getting their wins, but he goes up against Denzel Ward this week. Wilson will be dumping the ball off a lot because he's got Myles Garrett and company in his face all game. So I know this will be like a nail biter. I'm sure he gets to like 42 receiving yards or something like that, maybe even a touchdown. But just it's tough for number one wide receivers against the Browns.
No, I honestly I love that. I was looking at I
kind of like over of random, like maybe a Mims or something, because I think this is a game, if you're the Broncos, that side of the field is going to be kind of shut down.
Yep. Even like what's their tight end, Troutman? Even like if he's at like 20 yards,
Yeah.
just dump offs to him.
Yep.
I don't hate that.
Like McLaughlin receiving yard or something.
Yep. I mean, P Ryan, definitely.
Oh, ooh.
You know,
The
he gets some yards. So maybe we'll have to see what we got
like
there.
the cousin to the Joe Mixon catches.
Exactly. Not even a cousin. I would say like a stepbrother.
Mhm.
Say a stepbrother. So well, actually, I don't know which has more blood. I'm not gonna get into that, but we'll let our SEC folks tell us how that works. But I will go with my picks. Round us out here. Sean, you're gonna like this one. It might not be a favorite come Sunday, but hey, you know what, Mr. Manager? You suck. I don't like you. Okay, we'll fire the manager. Okay, well, now that we fired the manager, who's going to run the show? I don't know, Mr. Kenny Pickett. It's your offense now. Hey, Pittsburgh -1. Give me the money line -1, whatever, over Cincinnati. Are they playing Jake Browning? Is Jake Browning the quarterback there? Okay, all right. So what the fuck are we talking about? Keep it moving. Mike Tomlin wins games when you don't want him to. The Steelers, no offense, Sean, they win games when no one else in the goddamn world wants them to win games, and they make it ugly. This game will be horrendous, based on what Max was saying earlier on the under 35-5, the 35.5. Completely agree. I think Pittsburgh squeaks it out. -1. I mean, I don't. It's going to be a close game, but as long as it doesn't go to like 2.5, 3, not really worried about it.
Yeah, Sam, I appreciate that. I'll save I won't do a rant right now, but it's Kenny, you gotta show something this game. You got to push just one 15-yard pass in between the hashes, and now I'm back. Like that's just everything's at the line of scrimmage or off to the side, and it's so fucking ridiculous. So thank you, Sam. I like it. I'll talk myself into it by the time we get to game.
Well, you let me know if you need help talking into it, because I will be.
Yeah, I'm pretty negative right now.
That's fair. That's fair. Think of it like the Arizona -1. It's just an absolute disrespect. Come on. You didn't lose anyone over the weekend, did you? Just the OC who didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Okay. Well, I might come back to this game in a little bit.
Yeah, you find my manager, I guarantee you the next week I am fucking firing on all cylinders. So I think if KP is a competitor, which I think we all know he is, I think he's bringing his A game.
I need him all this week to go throw the Pitt highlight tape on, like these 45-yard, air travel touchdown passes to Jordan Addison, pushing the ball down the field. Like, go watch that on a loop all week long. Like, forget about all these stupid little dink and dunks that you've been having to do. Push the ball down the field. It's okay to like his whole thing. Like, he hasn't thrown like an interception in weeks, but I'm starting to get into that, like the Josh Allen theory, where maybe that's actually not a good thing that he hasn't thrown an interception in like 5 weeks, because he's not giving us a chance. Like, we can live with an interception here and there because that's happening minimal. Like, it's a small percentage where the higher chances you're completing that play. So I'm kind of, need him to be a little bit more Josh Allen. I clearly, not even half Josh Allen's talent, but we've seen him be able to play better than, 90, 120 yard passing yards. It's pathetic.
I would love if Josh Allen could lose the Packers a game when they're 12-4 in the first or second round of the playoffs, because he's being a dumbass. I mean, after seeing, Favre and Rodgers and what Love's doing, it's like I would gladly have Josh Allen's ability to throw 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 picks.
Gonna say something?
Yes, you can. That's what we're podcast for.
You can type it too.
I'll type it out. Apparently Jordan Love is leading the league in 30+ yard completions at 18.
Well, that nugget.
And I just want to know how many of those were a touch pass to Jalen Reed or Jaden Reed.
How did that question was a roller coaster. Okay.
I'm
Three of
yeah,
them. Three of
two?
them. Probably three of
I'll say
those.
two.
Yeah.
No, I know, I'm kidding. But that's that. But like 3 weeks ago, you were shit talking the man, and then now we got that stat coming out from last. I think that came out Monday. I mean, it's only Wednesday. That came out 2 days
I
ago.
mean,
He kind of torched the Steelers and Chargers these last 2 weeks.
yeah. I don't know, dude.
You fucking sat here and had to make me think the Steelers are going to beat the Bengals. So I had to sit here and be like, dude, Packers are covering. Packers might win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man. It will be a very good Thanksgiving if the Packers beat the Lions. I can tell you that.
Well, Sam, who's your touchdown?
Mr. Isaiah Pacheco.
Okay.
Minus 115 Chiefs. I before the pod, I realized how stupid it was for a second, but I had three different picks. I had Kansas City minus 8.5 as my favorite, Kansas City Vegas under 43, and Pacheco. Decided to scrap the other two. I do like Pacheco. The Chiefs are so random that if I'm gonna pick a touchdown score from the Chiefs, it's got to be someone who's got a good goal line presence. Pacheco. Not really gonna overthink it. I do like some other ones, but I'll let you guys kind of throw yours out there before I do that. But yeah, just Pacheco, Chiefs. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's good.
Not to kind of spend too much time on it. We had mentioned Canada. I think one of the biggest things, or I guess talked about Kenny Pickett, is with this firing is what do we do well? And it's not Kenny Pickett is not one of these quarterbacks that we're going to be talking about over TD passes. But what have we done well? We've run the damn ball, and particularly we have one running back who, like, statistically per carry, is one of the most elusive and best backs in the NFL right now. There ain't nobody running harder than Jaylen Warren, and he's going to find the end zone again this week.
What are did we find?
I think it's like plus 200. Disrespectful.
Disrespectfully, not even respectfully. That's when you know he's gone.
It's plus 200, yeah.
Like it. All right, next.
That is nice. I'm gonna go with someone I say I never would, and that's the good old tush push Jalen Hurts.
No one said that. No one said you'd go with Jalen Hurts.
I said it earlier. I said I would never do such a thing. But yeah, we saw it the other night, and we'll see it again against the fucking Jesus Bills.
Let me see if I'm trying to pull up any odds. Would you say I had minus 110?
I had minus 140.
Oh, is that
I thought I said that, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, you might have. I missed it.
Yeah.
Is that all DraftKings?
Yeah.
Nice.
DraftKings is my shit. And if anyone saw my reaction like 10 minutes ago, it was Marquette versus Purdue. I bought a half point. I bought a half point to 3.5, and Edey missed the field goal to go up 4, and then they just lobbed a 3 and missed it. But that was sweaty.
I didn't even know that that's what you were talking about. I just looked at my DraftKings account and I was like, oh, I must have gotten a win. I didn't think I was, and it was Marquette. I had 4.5, but yeah. My big lock of the day was Memphis, Michigan. That will definitely not clear the over. So unfortunately. No. Oh, dude, it's
college basketball's hard, man.
I mean, they both average like 90 points a game. They average combined like 170 a game, and they just shot like 25%. So that's beside the point. Emma, you are last on the touchdown.
So when Tua's not throwing interceptions, he's throwing to Waddle for a touchdown plus 165.
Waddle.
Yep. Consistency against the Jets are going to need it. It's him or Hill. So.
He is due. We haven't seen that Waddle celebration in a little bit.
Yep.
No, we haven't. We haven't. It's all been Tyreek. So
All right. Well, if the good people want to and they go parlay this game, we have some great options here. And what our parlay would do is, oh man, I don't know which one's going to be better. So our Sunday parlay will be better with Warren, Waddle, Pacheco, and Hurts. This one is plus 2501. So we got ourselves a nice one there. We have done our due diligence. I think we're in good shape. A lot of great picks here. Any honorable mentions that you guys want to bring up? Favorite dog over under prop TD that did not get mentioned?
I'll go back. I did look up. It was P. Ryan, I think, over 19.5 receiving yards. He's got over 300 receiving yards this year. So I like that one, Sam.
I like that. I like that a lot. I had Brees Hall over 49.5 rushing yards. I think that's a good one. Let's see. I like the Rams Arizona over 44.5.
Yeah.
Kansas City minus 8.5 against Vegas. That was my other one. And the under.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had that written down, I think.
I thought someone would take Kansas City, to be honest. And then I just
it's the 8.5.
yeah,
Just because of it, Max Crosby. That was another prop I was trying to find was Max Crosby to get a sack. I like that, but it's just Raiders defense is good, and they played Miami last week, but I mean they do keep it close and they keep the scores low too. So
is Taylor Swift going to be at the game?
she was supposed to be the one for the Eagles.
I know. It's a bummer.
Yeah, I was in a Lyft the other day, and the driver was a big Raiders fan. And I never really put myself in the shoes of a Raiders fan. It's tough. You have coach turnover every couple years. You haven't been successful for over a decade now.
Yeah, no, my buddy's a Raiders fan.
Hopefully, it turns around.
Yeah, I like what they're doing though. That's why I like past 2 weeks that.
Yeah, the defense is much
and,
better statistically than I think people think.
Yeah,
shout out Divine Diablo, really good ball player on there. Go Hokies.
Well, both teams are like, I think they're like within. I think they're both like 75% or higher on the unders. So one of those where you're just like, all right, well, both teams don't like to play overs. Let's just not bet the over.
Yeah,
I like it. All right. Well, if that's it, guys. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a fantastic couple days. Got enough picks to probably last you the whole weekend. If you don't, then I mean
you're gonna get full on this
Sam.
Yeah, then
100,
gambling is a problem or whatever that website is. Like I have a gambling problem because we gave you like 20 something picks at least. So if that's not enough, then we got a whole nother issue. I mean, Jesus Christ. But
gamble responsibly, as always.
Yeah. She has to say that.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, hopefully all our teams get some dubs. We got a lot of good games this week. Sean, you are up in the Northern Virginia area, so hopefully you guys have a great time on Thanksgiving. We'll have the whole Carlin fam together tomorrow. So go Pack go. Go Steelers go. Go Pitt go. Go Mountaineers go. Go Dukes go. Go who did I miss? I think that's it. So go everybody.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go
go Bears.
Hey, go fuck yourself. It's the New England, New York Honda.
Go fuck yourself.
Gentlemen,
upset.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Guys.
Full pack.
Full pack.
Eat some hokey.
Eat some
What's
cookies.
a damn hokey?
Uh-oh.